Hello everyone, Tommy Girl with you once again for another episode of Let's Play Myst 3 Exile. In the last episode, we did a lot of exploring here of Idana, and wow, we just heard a and anyway, we found our way to this this viewing screen, this little television-y type thing that looks exactly like the one in Voltaic. So let's see what it has to say.
20 years, Beatrice. 20 long years alone. They tied me to a post. They burned their Myst blinking books in front of me. They took everything I had. My wife! My 2 baby girls! And then, when I finally made it back to Orion and I saw, it would have been better if I had died.
Wow. That was intense. But clearly Savidro is in a great deal of personal pain due to Circe Nakinar, which is why he plotted this revenge for Atris that he plotted. I feel very bad for him, though, to be honest. Just don't really have any commentary to add to that. Kudos to the acting of Brad Dourif? Something like that. His acting is really great as the role of Savidro. But anyway, look! We found a fruit roll-up tongue! But we need some kind of light on it. Remember before we opened like an orange light or something? And it opened. But there's no orange light. Oh, and by the way, last episode I mentioned that the orange lights made me want an orange. So when I went to grocery shopping yesterday, I totally bought some oranges, and I'm gonna eat one tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be my snack. I thought about eating it while I was doing this, but I don't think the noises would be very enjoyable. But anyway, that seems to be a dead end for us, so let's figure out... Oh, looks like we can go this way too. Oh wait, now that loops around. So there is a way we can go over there, but how? Oh, okay, so we went down here and we're stuck. So we do have to continue to backtrack the way we went, but it looks like there's other things we can get to. We just haven't gotten there yet. Let us go back up. We saw this mural here. And we moved that thing down. Well, it looks like there's actually... Are there 2 ways we can go kind of from here? There's down that way. Oh, here we go. We can go this way too. And look, we have these really pretty... They look like orchids. Can we get to that one? Oh, wait. Oh, it's way up there. Well, it takes us pretty far when we click. But it looks like we can't get to that one. But we can check out this one. Because wildlife in this age isn't just for living on its own and enjoying. It's for solving puzzles. Amazing. That's an odd viewpoint. Something weird about looking into these ones. Oh, look! Check that out. We have some light reflecting, and we could pop another one of these pods. And there's a stingray in there. So the water should come out into the thing below and perhaps do something. What exactly? I'm not sure, but let's try it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything like it did. Maybe we're not... Look at the... It doesn't seem to be doing much to this. In fact, look, the further away when we go to the right, we don't get any sun we can point. So the way the sun is facing, it gets stronger when we turn it this way. Oh look, there's two of these we can shine it toward. Let's shine it toward the flower we can get to. Then maybe we can reflect the light with this somehow. How is this reflecting light to begin with? It must be how these leaves are somehow. It must be reflective. Oh no, it's just this like glass inside or whatever water bubble that's inside. But it lights up the whole thing. It's interesting. Anyway. Oh, look. That was close to us earlier. So we can use this to continue going up that way. So let's do that. Let's take the fruit roll-up tongue. Between episodes, I did kind of look at some of the names of stuff, and I actually meant to write them all down, and I forgot to. I had looked up a lot of the names of the animals in the past, but the plants I'd kind of forgot about. And that fruit roll-up tongue thing, I think it's called like a leaf tongue or a fern tongue or something. A lot of these plants are actually really similarly named to what I've been calling them. It certainly gets the point across. There's a few animals I'll say the names of as we go on. Like the bird has a distinct name and everything, but I enjoy calling him Starburst Bird that I named him last episode. Alright, so we went that way, now we're going down this way. Yes. Took me a second there, but we've got it. Ooh, look, it takes us to this. Is this a tree branch? Look, this is a tree, and then like something's coming out like a hollowed out log with light up mushrooms. Wow, that's neat. Okay, that's the way we came. Oh wait, is that the way we came? It splits. Oh, this splits really oddly. I think that's the way we came because that's got light up. So, does that mean we can go this way? Left? All the way around? What is this? Oh, it's another one of these swingy things. Swingy things? The thing that we swung to the animal trapping puzzle. We swung across. Are these equipment? These are supposed to be plants? How would that work? They look very convenient to be plants that would grow naturally. I'm not buying those are literal plants. They just look plant-like to me. But that's just me. Alright, one is down here. Where are we going? Who am I? No, wait. I know that. Okay, what is this? Ooh. That's cool. Can we click on it? What? What in the world is that? We've got like a vine that... And then elevator? What plant would behave... What plant would naturally behave like that? Oh man. It's neat. And it got us back up here. But, yeah. So anyway, if we want to explore deeper into this tree here, that's clearly how we get down there, and we have a way back up. But, let's explore the other area of the log, since, there's clearly more we haven't checked out yet. Oh! Pages! These are actually really tough ones to find, I think. They're kinda hidden. There's so much debris in this log. But anyway, this looks like the first. Oh no, it's not the first. Second. This is. Oh yeah, cause look, we have a one, like a little dash, and then the next one looks like a dash and something else. So it looks kind of like it might be the number 2, or very early in the numbering system. As you recall, we talked about how it looks like it's forming a tree over time. So let's go ahead and read this entry. The book sits on the floor of the tusk, its swirling panel reaching tentacle like arms out to grab me. I want to close my eyes to shut out these false illusions before they suck me into the fog. I do not want those swirling arms to touch me. Why? Why am I so afraid of his book? I want to remember. I must. I think. think this man may have come to our village, but he was younger then, dark-haired, tall, wearing those strange flowing brown robes. He carried a book in his hands, then too, and he's always using it, always writing down notes. His eyes are covered by thick glasses, but his face is warm and friendly. He tells us his name. He says it's Atris. I remember now. His name is Atris. Atris says he's come to our village from a faraway place because he wanted to learn about the tree. He says he'll only stay a while. Doesn't want to stop our endless labors. He says he wants to help, if we let him. Oh, Tamra, why did we let him? Keep writing, Savidro. Write everything down. This Atris stayed with us for months. I taught him how to trim the delicate lettuce roots, how to splice old and new growths together so the walls of our house will grow strong. I tell him the traditions of the weave, how by using the spores to support the growing branches we keep the lattice tree alive. He wants to learn everything I know. He wants Narayan to survive. I take him to the rift, to where the sea flows through gaps in the world. Steam flows up from the waterfall. The puffer spores are ready to take flight. We stand in the shadows of dusk and watch the spores begin to rise. He says they look like pearls against the sky. Then he points to one of the spores. It's smaller than the rest, small enough to fit the niche we've woven into the branch that morning. Its skin is milky white, with just the faintest touch of pink. That one, Atris said. That should support your new daughter's room perfectly, I think. I remember I nodded. Then I raised my pipe and played. Atris stood beside me, holding his breath as my song drew the hollow spore in close. As soon as it was near, he threw the net and dragged it in. This is what I remember. This is why I said he could send me his sons. Wow, that's a longer journal entry, and I'm sorry, when I heard Atris was dressed in brown robes, I immediately thought of Jedi. But no, Atris often dresses in the brown robes, and you really see that Atris and Savidro had a friendship, actually, like the early, or at least a solid acquaintanceship. They spent time together, and clearly Savidro really liked Atris, and that sort of adds to the betrayal of his sons hurting him in such a way. And it makes the whole thing much more tragic than it already is. Now, we climbed up the rest of the way, up this log, and here we have another flower with something in the middle, but we can't click on it. But there is this path that goes up this way. Oh, this is one of those reflecting ones, and then down here, looks like we might be able to go around that other one. But what's going on with this one? It looks like, well, we can point this to this thing, this one earlier that we were playing around reflecting, and we could point it to this. Also point it to the stingray. I wonder if we could somehow point the sun at one of these flowers, and it'll point at this, and then get that heated up. Like, I wonder if we point it this way, if we could pop that pod. Because clearly popping that pod earlier helped us progress. So I'm thinking that that might be similar. Now, can we go behind this other flower? Oh, we can. Excellent. What's back here? Anything? Oh, sorry. Some kind of bike or wagon outside. You can hear rolling. But, okay, so here's the pod. We get a pod view. I don't know how that's helpful in any way. Because we can't actually move this one. Can we? No. Maybe that shows that this is important somehow, this pod? Well, I think that's fairly obvious, but we'll have to remember that all this is up here in case we need it. Alright, let's try to remember the way down. Yes, here we go. And over the fruit roll-up tongue. Now, obviously, this little leaf bridge will only work when we shine light on it. So we can't really mess around with the flowers and then run back over here. They have to be in the position that we currently have them in, from what I can see. So now that we've done some stuff over there, we can mess around with it and see if it does anything. The only thing of note we really did is we moved that one purple reflecting flower toward the pod. Actually, you want to go down this way? I went too close to the painting just there. There we go. Now this one isn't lit up. I wonder if that... It looks like this is pointed maybe to that, or maybe not. This one, I don't know. We're gonna have to mess around and see what we can accomplish. There's one of those flowers we straight up can't get to, at least not that I've been able to discern. Now does this... We obviously can't point this toward that flower. We could point it toward this, or we could point it toward that. We already did that. Let's see what happens when we point it toward that. Does it shine up there? Can we tell? Is there even a way up there? I don't think so. Oh, look! This one is lit up now, way over there. But it's not doing anything. We pointed it toward the pod, but clearly it didn't work. What about this here? We can point this toward the leaf. Anything else? We actually can't point this thing anywhere of interest. I wonder though. Remember before we had that we saw that flower that we didn't see anything to do with, and it was pointing straight at the pod. Remember earlier in this age we had sunlight coming through the flower and it was able to to pop the pod? Maybe if we take this flower up here, this orchid looking thing, we point it to the flower, then it will shine light on that pod and pop it, and therefore do something with putting water in that basin. When we go by that, we should look and see what we think could happen if we're able to do that. So why don't we, instead of pointing the orchid toward the pod, let's point it toward, see if we can point it toward that flower. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to open that bridge again. So we're gonna have to set this up exactly how we had it set up before. Making the trek again, but it is a beautiful trek, so I don't mind. Alright. As long as we do it properly. Oh yes, we wanted to check this out. Now we do have another basin down here, just like before. This one has some more vines in there, though. If you remember earlier when we saw this stingray in the basin, he was using electricity on some vine-looking things. And, it kind of looked like that. So, we're able to put water in here. Maybe that stingray could do something for us. Now, what exactly? I'm not sure. But it looks like water itself, I'm not sure if that's actually going to do much for us, because there's no pod in there or anything. No stock stairs. Stock stairs. No big stock to have open its leaves this time. So yeah, let's try that. Alright, now I wonder if we're actually climbing on these mushrooms here. It kind of looks like we are. It seems like it'd be a little bit slick. There we go. Alright, yep, there's the flowers. So we want to go around and go up to the orchid. Now I'm hoping we can point the orchid, the lilac, whatever. I think the orchid would be the proper term. Oh look, we can point this at this flower. Well, I hope we line this up right. You can't really tell, but let's go with the center. So, here's my thought process. We'll shine light on this. This will reflect light into this bubble here, which will pop that pod. And hopefully we get it right, so we don't have to make this trek again. you can't figure out whether you've solved the puzzle from up here, because you can't be here when that fruit roll-up leaf is down. Too bad. I wonder what this little screen is powered from. We didn't talk about that before. Everything is supposedly very plant-oriented. I wonder if it's somehow the sun, but at the same time, there's not a lot of sunlight coming down here, so I don't know. But then again, there's a lot of plants that kind of give a bunch of light and do a bunch of crazy things, like serve as elevators and stairs, so I don't think logically that's something that we should be that concerned about. I'm sure it's powered by something. Alright, we are almost down here. Alright, so let's point this at. Yeah, cutscene. Good. Starburst! Oh, we freed Starburst, and I didn't even know that's what we were doing. But yes, you can see here's the Venus flytrap that we saw Starburst trapped in earlier. And then we've got vines coming down here. And the electricity in this basin caused this thing to open. And if you remember, we actually saw the same thing in Savidro's laboratory, bedroom, whatever you want to call it, where he was using electricity to open Venus flytraps. Which means somehow good portions of this were planned, which seems a little bit crazy. How would you plan that bird getting trapped? I don't know. Also, I mean, it was nice of us to do that, but how does that actually progress us? The only thing I can think is, we get to see more of that bird throughout the age, and the symbol for this age is in fact a bird. But it is nice of us. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. It actually looks like a slightly bigger home than the last basin, or the basin he started in, I should say. So, hooray for us. Anyway, we need to open up that fruit roll-up tongue again, because there's really nowhere else to go now except down that plant elevator. We did that, and I was hoping that would open up some magical way for us, but nope, it just freed the red-bellied bird. I forgot the name off the top of my head of the bird. I'll put it on the screen. But anyway, we want to point it at this one. We haven't done this before or anything. Right. Wait. Is it opening? Is it just me, or does it not seem like that opened? It just kind of hung out there. We need to open... There, I'm making sure that we're doing this right, because I don't want to walk all the way over there and have that way not be opened. That would not make me... Oh, okay, it was opened. Never mind. Better to be safe? I say, better to be safe. Alright. And hopefully, if we've played our cards right, that should be the last time we have to make this trek here. So let's enjoy it. We have some beautiful sound effects. The wildlife chirping and... Whoa, okay, I don't know if electricity is a beautiful sound, but... There... Okay, goodbye, Mr. Stingray, sir. Thank you for helping us to free that bird Starburst there. Alright. Now you notice in this game they do seem to try to put pages in places where you're going to traverse a decent amount. But sometimes they don't put them in the most well-traveled area, like that area we just walked back and forth on a lot. That seems like it'd be a logical place for Savidro to leave some pages, but he left them in this log here instead, and actually they can be a little bit trickier to find. He wanted us to work for it. Alright, I always think this looks like a statue from far away. Alright, well there's the elevator, and we obviously can't get through to that because it's down there, because that's how that plant works. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to accept that all of these things are actually plants. Like, look, this is meant to look like a plant, and it just happens to be a thing we can swig on. I guess. It's neat, so suspend disbelief a tiny, tiny bit. Also, it doesn't seem like these plants are getting a whole lot of sunlight down here, which does perplex me why there would be so much dense foliage down here. Maybe these are plants that don't need as much sunlight? I mean, there's some coming through, you can see. But it seems like the denser stuff is toward the bottom of this tree, which is a little odd. Ooh. And maybe, like, this stuff is supposed to work slightly different. Or maybe some of the stuff from the top brings sunlight. Oh, there's an area where you get some sunlight. But anyway, this is really beautiful. Wait, what's this? Oh, looks like a path, but it's not. Alright. Taking it in. We get some beautiful light up stuff. Very neon-esque. Oh, is that a path? Nope. Is that a path? Nope. You can see how in this level it gets a little confusing, because like that looks like it could be a path, but you don't know. I mean, is that a tree? Is it a path? I want big arrows, except that would be really ugly. I want something. Ooh, more purple. I'm always a fan of this. More of those actually down here. Infrared? Apparently we got neon life down here. Alright. Ooh. Oh, we get another one of these orchids here. What is it? Oh, we're looking at a tree. Whoopee. Oh, and there's sunlight we can reflect. Oh, that looks important. Apparently we can put antennae. Antennae? We can put those up here. I don't know what that does. We'll see. We'll check. We'll see if anything happens from that. Actually, this would be a really good spot to leave off the episode, because not sure what to do next. We just did something with this area, and we just found this under area, so we'll explore more of this under area in the next episode. We'll see you guys then.